what up, Crypto Warriors, the Sergeant Crypto, back at it again. Today is Tuesday, October 9th, 2018. Almost forgot the year. But I wanted to, today, in today's video, I wanted to talk about something I touched on in one of my last videos about not wanting an ETF in the space, in cryptocurrency. And from what I understand from doing my own research, and again, DYOR, do your own research, all right? From what I understand and doing my own research is when there is an ETF, in the space, in any space, like, traditional markets and stuff, yes, everything does go up in price, right? However, it's kind of like fractional reserve lending where, when the bank says, if you have like $100,000 in the bank, then they can, based on what each individual person have placed in the bank, they can lend out 4 or 5 times more than what's actually in the bank. So if they're, from my understanding, from my understanding, and I'm just some dude on YouTube, all right, very small channel, but from my understanding, if there's an ETF, then technically, they don't have all of the underlying asset that's supposedly in the ETF, right? So right now, circulating for Bitcoin, all right, because that's what we're talking about, Bitcoin, there's supposedly 17.8 million Bitcoins in circulation right now, and there's only ever going to be 21 million. Coinbase, all right, let's just use Coinbase. Coinbase have 25 million users on their site, all right? So they have more users than there will ever be Bitcoins. So not everyone will be able to own one whole Bitcoin. So if Wall Street, and institutional money comes into the space with an ETF, right, for Bitcoin, and that's billions and billions and maybe even trillions of dollars coming into the space, how are they going to provide those Bitcoins for all of their quote unquote institutional investors, your retirement funds and your teachers' retirement fund, municipal retirement funds and things of that nature, right? So there isn't enough Bitcoin to go around. So my thing is, they're probably going to, say if, they claim they have 10 Bitcoins, they'll probably sell 40 or, 4 times as much Bitcoins than they actually have, like a paper certificate or something, all right? And I was watching a video the other day of someone, that worked on Wall Street. Her name is Caitlin Long. You can look her up. She's doing a lot of great things in the space, especially in the state of Wyoming, to make it a safe space, kind of like Malta is for crypto, but only in Wyoming with a lot of tax breaks and stuff, things of that nature. But she even said that, having Wall Street in the cryptocurrency space is not a good thing. All right, having Wall Street in the cryptocurrency space is not a good thing because what happens is when you buy a stock, right? When you buy a stock, like say 1 share of Apple, okay, you actually don't own that physical share of Apple. So it's like an IOU. So if I use Robinhood, let's just use Robinhood again, that's another example. I go on my Robinhood app and I purchase 1 share of Apple. All right, 10 other people go and purchase 1 share. Let's go 9 other people purchase 1 share of Apple. So that's 10 people buying 10, total of 10 shares of Apple. But technically, they only have 1 share, and not everyone could get that 1 share. You see where I'm going with this? So I'll leave a link in the description below for that video. It's a 45-minute long video, but she really goes in depth on how the system really works, and that's why she left. She's an attorney that worked in Wall Street, and she saw how the system really is, and like she doesn't want that same system to come over into this crypto space, because that's why cryptocurrencies, i.e. Bitcoin, was invented in the first place, to get away from the way how, you know, the traditional markets did business, all right, and how they conducted business as usual. So with that being said, I think, in my own opinion, my own humble opinion, we don't need an ETF. Hashtag no ETF, right? We don't need an ETF in this space, because it's just going to be the same situation again now, in what was originally supposed to be a way for us to get away from the traditional system and the way how they did business by everyone owning their own private keys, actually owning the underlying asset. All right, it's like buying a gold ETF. Unless you actually own the gold, you don't own the gold, right? So, and I didn't notice about stocks either. Like, you know, I figured once I purchase it on like TD Ameritrade, or like I said, Robinhood or something, that it was mine. Like, I actually own that share, but technically no. It's like at one holding house or one facility that actually own that share, and what I have is like an IOU. And if everyone all of a sudden wanted to cash out, not everyone could cash out. You see, so I think that's what's going to happen in the cryptocurrency space. I know that the New York Stock Exchange and their parent company ICE, the Intercontinental Exchange, and Microsoft and Starbucks, this backed cryptocurrency exchange that they're supposedly going to have in November, is supposed to have the actual bitcoins, and, you know, they'll be able to sell it, right? But how much can they have? You know, unless they're starting to produce more bitcoins, which they cannot, then there isn't enough bitcoins to go around. All right, you know, it's physically impossible. All right, you know, math doesn't lie. All right, you know, Jay-Z used to say this one thing. You know, men and women lies, numbers don't. All right, so 17.8 right now circulating, and technically it should be 13.8, because it, you know, or less, because they say that maybe 4 to 6 million bitcoins are missing. People lost their private keys, lost their computers, that, you know, from the early days, and don't have those access to those bitcoins anymore, right? So if you're looking at 14.8 bitcoins actually circulating, and there's only ever going to be 21 million, there isn't enough bitcoin to go around for everyone. So I hope that, you know, you are working on, you know, getting that whole bitcoin for yourself. And with that being said, last week it was in the news cycle, the cryptocurrency news cycle at least, that Yale, all right, their endowment, you know, invested in cryptocurrencies, in the cryptocurrency fund, okay? And so my point, with that being said, the institutional money is already here, you know, and they've already been investing. They've already been doing OTC trading, all right, getting their bitcoins on over-the-counter markets and stuff. So, yeah, there isn't enough bitcoin to go around. There isn't enough for any one institution to say that they could sell it to all their customers. And with Backed coming into the space in November, I don't think that it's going to be legit, man. You know, so hashtag no ETF, because it's physically, you know, numbers don't lie. There's no way, you know, that they'll have enough Bitcoin to sell to all their customers. All right, so that's just my, you know, 2 Satoshis on it to you know, take a quote from Crypto Blood. All right, that's just my 2 Satoshis on it. Yes, before I was all about, you know, institutions coming to the space, you know, to drive the price up. But after doing my own research, I've come to realize that nope, it won't be good for the space. And even this ex-Wall Streeter is saying the same thing. It will not be good for the space. Let me know what you guys think about this. Again, I'll leave links to the stories in the description below. And thank you to everyone that's been buying the Trezor hardware wallet. That's the only way, one of the only ways you can secure your crypto assets and actually have your crypto assets for yourself and not rely on an exchange or a different entity to hold it for you. All right, so again, a link for that is in the description below. And thanks for watching. This has been your boy, Sergeant Crypto. Have a great day.